Hello, I'm Jensen Kelly and I'm going to show you how to survive with the Ruta de Lisbon. See you later. This is a place where loads of history is and pottery. It's quite difficult terrain for the unknown. Since I live here, it's much easier. We go this way, stopping here to see if we can get anything before we start the trip. Okay. Traps or something on my camp on the way. This plant is, if you touch this, even though you have big down shorts or anything you have, this plant can get through that. So you have to be very careful. And all that it's surrounded. So you might confuse it with rosemary. And you might think, oh, that's just rosemary. And you burst past it, and you get hit by it. There's loads of pines as well. They're not really big ones, not like Canada or anywhere. But there's loads of tricks out here. And the dirt, hard. Sometimes it's slippery. Or this is not really unknown to man because, look, for hunting and for construction, so they must make some things around here, but still, it's still hard to find people over here because most of the abandoned houses are deserted. The only sign is really some trails and some signs, but it's hard to find those. Look, still, you find them everywhere, these hunting. I tell you, if you're going to spend the night here, this won't be a bad place because you can, look, you can sleep under the tree and you have protection all around, and then you have nice fire over here and you're fine. Loads of herbs and things around here, but I tell you, mind those spiky things. Look, it's just dark trail made by water and a little bit by humans, and it's just full with hunting artifacts and those metal things. So if you're lost out here, it's quite easy to get back. On that side, you have the Sierra Nevada mountains. So those are in California, those are in Spain. Then just look around, and up there you have the mountains, pine forest. So you have the sea and the snow in this place. Sea and snow. So what a nice place. A fire and you're staying the night out here. Orc is always a good stuff, something to use, and sap sometimes, but depending what sap. But some bark still living, but this will be a nice starter or something for the fire. Some rosemary. It's quite nice. You use it for every day of your cooking sometimes. So why not eat rosemary out in the wild? Very good. But still has that planty texture, so it won't really feel like your rosemary what you use in your cooking. It's quite chewy. And then after, you have a strong aftertaste. So this will be a nice place to sleep because look, you're in kind of like a dish and the wind. You also have a tree, so fire will be nice there. You have rosemary here. If you catch a rabbit or something, you can put it on the rabbit and you can eat nicely and sleep. But sometimes this pine thing, sometimes it's not very safe. You have to always check it because there can always be a hole and you can always fall through it. You have to be careful. And another good thing about this place, you have more bark and you have loads of pine cones. So all around you over here, you just have tons of wood. So if that will be a nice place and there won't be a hole there, this will be one of the perfect places to stay the night. Just continue to avoid this because sometimes it could be bees or could be a spider. And I have a lot of friends who have been bitten by this animal who lived in here, but I think it was a bee or a spider. I'm not sure. Most likely it was a bee because if it was a spider, she would have had time. So don't get around here because, for example, you think this is a nice place to sleep and you don't see these at night, you're gonna get bitten alive. So I tell you, do not sleep there. Okay, I think this is some dead. I'm not sure what it is, but maybe I think it's good for the fire, but it could be a wasp nest. So I'm gonna be very careful and try not to use two hands on cutting this. No, it's for the fire. Yeah, that's kind of like a mushroom. I think that will burn very well. So if you're gonna make a fire, try to look for this at the dead branches. And look, it's just full of this. See over here, over there, it's just full. But you have to be careful because you don't know what is in here. And there's also some maggots. If you're brave, you can eat one of those. But since I'm not so brave, well, I don't really feel like eating maggots now. So if you ever get pricked by this, and if you feel, if you want to get by, and if they're not so big of a bushes, if they're small, maybe this one could work. Depending how big you are, you can just step on top of it and continue on. But be careful. If you have someone behind, you can always whip them. You can always go back. So be sure you kind of like break it when you step on it. And if it stays like that. And also, maybe just cut a little branch off, and I'll show you more closely. Even on the bark, there's spikes. So it's even hard to get off. And look, you can just see. Look, even on here, they look like nice little soft pricks, but they're actually hard. And they're even worse when they're dry. When they're dry, it's very hard to break. So you want to keep away from. And also, there's some holly or something. But you have to line up. I really have a sharp knife, so maybe you can come in closer. Look, that's spiky as well. So mind these fields, because from a distance you think it's nice, fluffy flowers, but they're actually difficult. Hard to get to the toilet in the wind, like my cameraman is doing, but meanwhile I'm filming myself. And you can see those spikes that I showed you earlier. They're just cling to your, it looks like a bug, but it's not it. It's a spike. I tell you, it's quite difficult up here if you're going to spend the night, especially who knows what's up here. It could be crowded, you don't know what. If you just looked, that's the. If you want to find out more about this landscape and if you didn't see it very well, then I'm going to send whoever wants can go to on the website and And look at the Paul Keddy on Facebook. You can look at the panorama shot that I'm about to take now. So if you want to look at it, you can. Look at this rock. If you come a little closer, just if you go with a knife, it just disintegrates. And all this one as well. I've been doing this earlier. It's like cutting a ham. It just cuts. And look, you can make marks and things. And this one even more. Just cuts itself off. But some other rocks don't do it so well. And look. Come in closer. This is what you have to be careful. Look, this is kind of like a mini centipede. There's some other bugs in here. Look here. Look, it's all mine. Goat. I think it's goat poop what I found just here. And if you really want to, you can eat it. But let me just open it up. If it's meat, you will not want to eat it. But so let me just. I think that's definitely grass. So here it goes. I hope it tastes nice. My guess is gonna taste just like grass, but let's see. Tastes like grass, but with pee on it or some poop. Completely the opposite what I thought. And if you want to hunt an animal or a mammal or whatever, this will be nice. If you kind of like throw a rock at it and you want to go for the kill, you can kill it with this. Be nice to start. Let me just, this is, I think, is a soft piece of earth. So let me just try. Well, in an animal's guts, it will stick in. And then if it's still not dead, you can kill it with your knife. And I think that was just an ant hole, so if I were you, I think we have to get going before they come out. Okay, let's go. We're just gonna see if we can get a place to sleep for the night. See over there, over those trees? We're gonna try to camp over there. Be a nice place. Or even though we don't camp, well, we're just gonna show you how you camp. We might make a fire, but here it's quite illegal to make a fire, so we're not sure. Because it's a part of the Spanish government. So we can't do anything about it. So we're just gonna head over there, so we can certainly build a hut or something. Or a teepee. Look here, you see wasp nest. So even look there. So even though I will still cut it off because it could attract other wasps and you can reuse it. So I don't want a wasp infestation at nighttime. So just peel it all off. Peel some bark off because who knows what's underneath that bark. And start building. Sometimes you're lucky. Sometimes you're not, but then in this case we got lucky because we just found a pine that was already carved out. While we were looking for wood, my camera crew just stumbled over here and they just found it. Let me show you inside. We already done some cutting for you're allowed to get in. Still, sometimes there's some things. Okay. It's quite nice, and we just put our other branches on to fill in some gaps. But if I were you, I won't go down there because who knows, that can be a drop. So just stay in this area where, here, maybe my camera crew can sleep there, and maybe you can sleep here. So, and there's even a little bench of a rock here. So I swear, we just stumbled over this. And make some progress. I'm going to use this little passageway as my door. So I'm going to put this branch better. It's kind of like just kind of like a something to put there. And then I'll get some spikes and put it all around this tree, so any little animal, predator animal, if you want to get through these kind of like a little gap here, I'm going to put one of this prickly branches over here, and he won't get through, like this. And I'll put more, of course. So, while I'm still doing this, I hope I finish soon. We just are eating here, and then we brought some binoculars, compass with a lantern and a temperature gauge and a whistle and a reflector, my knife, radio, sweets, water, a scraper for some reason, and that's about it. And and some reason, I don't know how we get the radio channel from here. What a rare stuff. But it's quite... There's better. It's quite nice. Okay, I'm just gonna show you, even though there's not many birds around here, I'm not gonna kill the bird with a slingshot. Make a target. Then I'm gonna shoot arch if it holds up. I made a kind of like a target over there. I'm just gonna imagine that was a rabbit or something. You won't get it right the first time, so I hope I get it right. Ooh, almost. And hit the batter. You'll get it always right the first time. It's hard. So, let me get some practice, and then I'll show you when I finally get it, okay?
Okay.
I'm trying to do this. Now, oh, I got a little bit of it. I got the little twig that was on it. So, almost. Let me just try for anything, because it's not an actual rabbit. Let me just show you. So you aim, then you shoot. Whoa! I didn't know that it shoots that far. Okay, start filming. Let me just show you how far this shoots. Just tried it the last time, and God, I was gone with that. Well, it's depending on the rock, but this is a flat rock, so look, it's flying, just flying. I just found this, it was a metal piece around here, and it was an old wasp nest, and it was right by my camp, so I'm just gonna see what's inside it, kind of stuff. I deserted, so let me just take it off. Now, with snail inside, and you wanted to eat it because you can cook them, or you can even eat it raw. You just get your knife, if it was in here, just pluck it under here, grab him, and then kind of like cut him out. Then you just grab him, put him on the fire on a stick, you take it. Meanwhile, okay, you just put this door in. A little bit more. I think that'll be due. Okay. It's almost time to go to bed now, so I'm gonna sleep here. Let me just clean up a little bit over here. And Low, it's, I don't know. Let me look, it's 1 o'clock in the morning and hear noises all the time, but I think they stopped now and it's quite tired here. Quite cold. Fire died, so, but there's no worry. There's no bears here or wolves. So, I'm just gonna, it's so hard here. I'm just gonna try to sleep some more on this rock and try to get some sleep. But morning now, and we're just gonna try to find civilization. And just get it through these dry marshes, and the best way is to go put your back. If you have a strong jacket, and just break all the branches. I think it's that way, so let's go this way. Try to find civilization. Hello. I think we found the trail, right, cameraman? So I'm filming now. He's just got something in his shoe. Look, trail. Human all down this. You can just see the terror of the world. You can easily slip. Let me just recreate that, but in a much softer fall. Slow motion kind of. So you kind of like, imagine you slip, then you fall, then who knows, if you look down there, that will be a bad place. You get scraped alive. This summer, you will be living off this tree. It's an almond tree. All you have to do is get a rock, pretend this is a little almond, and just smash it until it breaks. That's all you have to do. Oh, cool. There's a dirt road like this. If there's a dirt road like this, not far from civilization. So, looks like I'm on my way home. See you next week for another special treat of this thing.
Vai pegar feito bocejo. Oh, que só sentido ver. Instigado num lampejo, despertado pelo beijo, que o baile parou pra ver. Da machinha fez silêncio.